tonight, man, because I'm throwing some people under the bus. Pastors, code enforcement, city council, preachers, grandmothers, all sororities, and all y'all under the bus tonight. It's going to be the truth. And city managers and managers. Let's go, Greg. Go and drop it.
Wheels on the bus go round and round. All right, the city of Rocky Mount paid $36,000 to the Black Business Matters Initiative.
That's Kevin Harris, man. That's his other organization. He worked for the city of Rocky Mount. Then he got their organization where he put money to the side and help his friends. Man, Kevin, man, that's crazy, man. You running the sweet game, pimp.
Well, the majority of the money was paid for production fees, video costs, which was $19,000. So $19,000 of that loot went to videos and production fees. I don't get it. Who did that shit? Hollywood?
Man, it must be. We also got Steven Spielberg and George Lucas in there. That's what we got going on.
Hey,
they giving $19,000 to who?
Hey, it was $36,000 altogether for the Black. What was it? Hold on, let me go there again. The Black Business Matters Initiative.
Well, I heard it was 50,000, bro.
50 stacks?
50 stacks. The city don't do no more than 50 and better. You know what I'm saying? Andre got to have 50 and better on his poker table. You know what I'm saying? He got to have it. He ride around with 4 Jaguars, baby.
Wow.
Big Dre. Big Dre's in the building.
Well, all I got to say is, them dudes is throwing money around like it is their loot.
Like they're the strip club, like gentleman club in Atlanta.
You gotta think, yeah. But you can't even put $30,000 in the awards.
Oh, man.
They ain't seen $30,000 over there.
Oh, man.
And then remember, they did the $30,000 to put in racism in front of the event center.
And then they block it off for 6 months, and you can't drive through there. Take them poles up, Cooper. God, no, let me drive. I got to drive all around the block to get to the Jamaican restaurant. I can't go up there and get out of my car and walk. That's crazy, man. Take that stuff up, man.
That's crazy.
You ain't king. This ain't Egypt.
Exactly. Then they turned around and gave another 50 stacks to the OIC in the budget.
Oh, my God.
So they got it for, allegedly, for children to learn for the summer program or some garbage like that.
Ruben and will scale about 13,000 off of that.
But they can't seem to build another pool somewhere in Rocky Mount for the kids. But y'all want to take $50,000 for
who paid
some kind of
city gave what
taxpayers.
Who paid for the city?
Yeah.
Hold on. You telling me he can vote? Listen. I sit on Ruben Blackwell. I sit on the board of the city Rocky Mount. And I also sit on the board of OIC. And I also sit on the board of NAAC. All the money goes to them 3 boys. God, boy, if y'all black people are stupid, you better get rid of that Negro.
Yeah.
He's robbing this city black.
And then the crazy thing is, you got 7 city councilmen, 1 mayor. They the only ones that's supposed to go on this Asheville trip to discuss city business. But guess what? 50 people went. And even to this day, the news and everybody else is trying to get how much it costs the taxpayers in Rocky Mount. And that's just like cracking the secret somewhere in the government. They holding it. They sitting on it. They ain't giving up no tapes.
They didn't go on no trip, man. That was a field trip. They went on field trip. They paid for 50 people to go, man.
Yeah.
You know, and it ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it ain't nothing wrong with that. If Ruben is good for the goose, gives for the gizzard, whatever I say.
Nah, that ain't cool.
They said it's a black thing.
It's something. Yeah, but it shouldn't be. It should be they black thing that shouldn't cost me.
Man,
cost the black, whites, and nobody else in the city.
Man, that thing is
ridiculous.
That's ridiculous, man. You took all those people up there, and like I said again, it wasn't no young people to go up there with you. Man, go to the next segment.
The next joint I want to discuss is something going on in Rocky Mount they definitely got a shortage of police. There should be something that they should have did in the budget instead of keep sending $500,000 downtown. They should have hired some more officers. Just like y'all want to make downtown attractive so people will come and spend money, but it ain't gonna happen. Y'all should have did the same thing with y'all hiring these officers at. Bring them in with some more money. Because the reason I'm going on that is because Thursday, a mother and her daughter got shot in the doorway. She heard a knock at the door, went to the door. She got shot. The mom got shot.
On DoorDash was.
I hope not. I don't want none of that pizza.
Me either. With no hot dog or hamburger either.
So I tell you, I'm shooting back.
Yo, check this out, man. Listen, bro. Public safety needs to be the number one thing we put money in Rocky Mount. Police officers that have been here for years. Listen to me good. If it start with y'all, buck on the system. Start your own union. If all of y'all don't come in the Rocky Mount Police Department, they can't fire you. Y'all got them as hostages. Y'all gonna get that 50 G's a year that y'all want to get. Wilson getting 42,000. Let me tell you something I heard today. Farmville, North Carolina, got 6 police officers, and they ain't no bigger than the hardest parking lot, and they get paid more money than Rocky Mount Police Department. Oh, we got over 200 some police cars. They only got 7, and they get paid more money in Rocky Mount Police Department.
Something wrong with that.
Rochelle Small Tony, if you don't find no way how to up these police money, if I were these polices, let me tell you something how we do it in federal prison. If these COs act up, if they ain't feeding us what we want to feed, the whole prison system buck. People getting fired, COs are getting fired, and the warden getting fired too. And they bringing people from D.C. in to solve the whole solution. What I'm telling you, polices, don't come to work, start your own union, you'll get what you want. Y'all got the band together, they say y'all the biggest gang in the world. They said that y'all as a group, come together as a group. If y'all want that money, don't, all of you, black, white, Hispanic, don't come to work. And you got Rochelle, Ruben, T.J. Walker, Richard Joyner, who else? And hostage. And you get your 50 G's and tell them you want, what's the insurance they took away from them?
Oh, they got
Blue Cross and Blue Shields.
Yeah.
Get the other insurance that Ruben them snuck in here on y'all and got paid $50,000 on the table to bring their insurance there. Whatever.
I can't remember the name.
Yeah,
of the
but
joint,
these
I
guys,
just-
man,
travelers.
Yeah, don't go to work. Say you got COVID, you around somebody with COVID. You got 10 days. You got 10 days to quarantine all of you. They can't do nothing. Next segment, man. Go ahead.
Yeah. I just want to talk about, like, it's just crazy, man. Like, solar energy is something you touched on last time on the last podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Rocky Mount, and I don't know how, but we need to get this put on the election ballot where all the citizens can vote, which will take it out of the hands of the city council, that they all need to vote to let not solar, the company, the company to let Duke come in here. They got the grid anyway. If Duke comes in here, that'll automatically kill the shenanigans. They won't be able to get away with not paying their utility bill. Duke gonna get their money.
And that's right.
Plus, it also solves another issue. We owe $500 million because 32 different towns or counties hooked up and paid for a nuclear power plant. Yeah, it should be down. But whatever the debt is, when Duke comes in and takes over, that automatically goes to them. They automatically absorb that. So we won't owe that no more. The prices will automatically
go down.
So not only that, but it gets electro cities out of our pocketbook.
That's it, people. You want low light bill, vote for Duke to come here. What they don't want to do is stop them from getting y'all money, going in that jury fund taking that money out of there because they know if they can stay here, they will force them highlight bills on y'all and keep putting that money in the general fund where they can switch it around. So if Duke come in here, the game is over. The game is over. All this stealing and going in their electric money, their general fund, is over.
Well, the EIA, which is the Energy Information Administration, they said the national average for North Carolina residents, the electric bill should be $123.25 per 1,079 kilowatts. Now, we all know, ain't nobody paying no $120-something dollars a month for no electric in Rocky Mount.
No, sir.
When most of us are paying, if your mortgage is $800 or $900, more than likely you're paying close to that in your utility bill.
And let me put this in.
At least half.
Let me put this in. Now, rich people and middle class people. Now, this would you exit out because you wouldn't understand the numbers and the math. Let me speak to my people in this way. What he's trying to say, it would cost you 2 grams of cocaine.
What?
2 grams. 2 grams for $100 for your light bill. That half an ounce that they charging you, or that ounce they charging you, it is awful. That's what they City Rocky Mount charging you.
Well, they definitely trying to get over
And a pound. They charging you all of that. This is for the people that's in the hood. This ain't for y'all, because you wouldn't understand what I'm saying, the number-wise. This is for y'all.
Well, here's the other thing. If they did what they supposed to do with the solar energy, the government gives them grants to change the city to solar energy.
They won't do it.
They won't do it. You have to ask yourself, why aren't they doing it?
Because Mr. Andre Knight sits on the legislative board and he keeps he keeps stealing and he won't pay that $47,000. He owes $3,000. He got 14, 17 houses and he keep getting free electricity and nobody says nothing. But the poor people cries out wolf, hope Jesus come back and take care of this.
Well, I tell you what, you got some people that's city council members that's supposed to be pastors. They keep playing with God. You ain't got to worry about it.
And them head people that running that light bill company, they ain't paying that light bill either.
It's a shame. Well, you got 10 cities in North Carolina that are using solar energy for their cities. One is Asheville, one is Raleigh, one is Charlotte, one is Durham, one is Greensboro, Chapel Hill, Wilmington, Winston-Salem, Cary, and Concord. They're using their solar energy to offset the bills.
And guess what, people? He said, all those cities where he said, they are major, high populated cities. We in the poor side of the city, and we don't want it. What did they tell you? They are robbing the black people and the uneducated people, the white people, and the middle class people. These guys don't want solar energy, but the Charlotte getting it. They got 1 million some people and they want it. Yeah. But the poor side where ain't that many people, we don't want it. We want to keep the black people down. We want to keep charging them high utilities, man. I don't get this picture, bro.
No, but what it is you got city councilmen who are using their majority vote to swing it where they getting money off of the electric company by being a commissioner on the electricities. They getting loot. And on top of that, they not paying their bill anyway. We're paying it.
And people don't understand, the electricity pay Andre Knight a check every year to sit on that bull to keep spitting bullshit to y'all. He get a check every year, and y'all don't even know it, to keep putting us in chains and bondage.
But you can't pee on my head and tell me it's raining when I have lived in different places and I have never paid what I'm paying here for utilities. I've lived in hot places like Texas. I've lived in Florida. I was in the military. I was all over the place. I lived in Texas. You throw an egg on the ground, you can watch that thing sizzle. Same thing when you go up north. I'm from Philly. I done lived in Chicago. I'm talking about cold. I have never paid what I am paying here for utilities. It's a problem. But they got the audacity to tell you that you're paying cheaper than everybody else. Everybody else want to be down with Rocky Mount Power.
God.
Really? You ain't going to be on my forehead and tell me it's raining when I know it's not.
No, that's right. And another thing, people, you can fry egg on your stove, and for 30 days, your light bill be $600. But you can fry an egg on a hot plate in Edgecombe County for 30 days, your light bill $1,200. So what do they tell you? It's some bullshit.
Something ain't right somewhere. Something ain't right somewhere. And then you got city councilmen that want to run around here because they want somebody else's property for whatever reason to try to upgrade the downtown area where nobody goes. You want to turn around, use your vote to declare eminent domain when you got the most raggediest properties downtown. Something up with these inspectors, man.
And you talking about your brother's keeper, and you around here trying to take his property.
Well, these dudes doing too much, and I don't understand how you can take the boy Herman T's property, declare it eminent domain, because y'all want to take the property at a lesser value. And then you turn around, listen, man, I don't know what's going on with these inspectors here.
Oh, that's my cue. That's my cue. Listen, people. That old fat, slimy Louis Martinez.
Who?
Louis Martinez.
What do he look like?
Fat, slimy Louis Martinez. He is a Hispanic code enforcement guy, inspector. He goes around in the black community, target houses where people are fixing on it, and write people tickets. No, they can't pay it. But Andre and Ruben, downtown, with no building code, inspector, none of that, he won't mess with them.
I wonder why.
He won't mess with them. But I'm going to call you out. The Black Action Committee, Kim Cancun, the Racist Justice Committee.
Oh, Kimmy Cuckoo.
The NAACP, you need to go on this guy.
And wait for the NAACP.
I'm going to tell you something. I love Mexican people. Yeah, man. He can't, a lot of people don't like this
How you talk,
man. Yeah, you can't talk about it.
Don't talk to people.
That's it, you can't build, and that's it. But you coming out there talking junk.
And the N-word to get you hurt.
And using the N-word?
That'll get you
Louis
hurt.
Martinez? The city better, Rochelle better check you. You will get checked by in the community.
Cause I wasn't there, so I don't know how that thing went down, but I'm hoping that they heard him say something else, but
I'm gonna tell you, I'm just gonna say this, and then we're gonna get back to the Farouk. Y'all let Farouk pass code inspector, say that he had to have license and plumbing. So I know a guy right now will go with me to Raleigh and tell them he wired Farouk house, he did the plumbing, and he didn't have no license, and y'all passed it for code inspector. I know the addresses. So when I go to Raleigh and tell the real code enforcement guy, and y'all around passing houses up, and then you remember a couple years ago, a family died because the house wasn't wired like it's supposed to be. No fire alarm, and then the city paid off, and Farouk paid off. It's gonna happen again, cause y'all letting stuff slide. But Andre and Ruben, they God in Rocky Mountain. Andre sit around there and work on this building 12 o'clock at night. You won't say nothing. You won't bother him.
Who paying that electric bill?
We is. He won't go, but I'm going to give you some work. You going to lose some weight messing with me, though. I'm going to sing out all the houses that need to be investigated. You're going to do some work today. White, black, you're going to do some. Louis Martinez, you're going to do some work. I'm going to give you some phone calls. I'm going to have you run around and get some pounds off of it. You can get away from eating them pizzas. Let's go, man.
Ladies and gents, people actually reach out to us. Mm-hmm. We got a phone call. It is some crazy stuff going on.
We're going to end it with this.
In Rocky Mount, in the city council.
In the city hall.
And city hall. It is some shenanigans jumping off, ladies and gents.
Oh, my God.
We're here hearing about
Oh my God.
a listen, we can't make this up. We getting phone calls.
We get phone calls, man.
Assistant city manager who tried to have sex with some people that were under him.
Woo.
Making comments about sis need to wear some red shoes or red pumps and some other comments that we heard about. How this so-called assistant city manager tried to have sex with at least two of the females that were under him. And actually got promoted.
Got promoted.
So, I mean...
promoted them.
Yo.
The EOC is here in Rocky Mount investigating this stuff. They ain't talking about that.
It's crazy.
Andre, talk about that NAACP. TJ
Yeah, right.
Walker,
Wait,
talk about that in the hood. Reuben, talk about that, sir. Richard Joyner, talk about all you pastors, talk about that when we confront you on that in the EOC here. And you got an assistant manager around here making sexual harassment to people in the city of Rocky Mount. And y'all stand by and watch this happen. Black sisters, he said this too. You didn't do nothing. You didn't do nothing. We got to protect our women. We, as men, as kings, as you say you is, TJ Walker, you say you a king, will protect your sisters, your queen. Because I ain't going to talk about the other three, because queen, king, oh, whatever. I ain't going to talk about them. But what I'm saying, brother, you have the power to break away. And you know all this stuff going on, but let me tell you something. Let me tell you something too. The community block grant. The word came in that Ebenezer owed money for the city of Rocky Mount on some block grant money. And so on some houses that they're gonna be default on pretty soon. This is why you is protecting Reuben and Andre? This is why you voting with them? Because y'all owe a debt that need to be paid, brother? See, I'm tired of the bullshit. Let's get to the nitty gritty. If you can't shit on the pot, get out of it. Get off the pot.
There you go.
Because I'm tired of it. You walk around here like you doing so much, bro. You ain't doing no much for us. You following their footsteps. You is getting wealthy. Listen, the city ain't gave me nothing. Gave your family some stuff. I ain't because they gave it to them, but you ain't saying nothing, lashing about at these guys, and everybody's running for city council. I want to see you down there Monday talking against the city. What they ain't doing.
Wait for that. What they ain't doing in his
what they ain't doing in the city, period. All of you need to be talked about what ain't going on in your wards. I'm talking about whites and blacks. I ain't singing the black side. I ain't singing the white. I'm talking about like you said, talk to us as a whole. I'm talking to every one of you as a whole. Because all of you, to me, I respect all of you, but I only respect man. Be a man. Don't be a coward.
You know, it's something going on anyway. Anytime they only focused on the downtown area.
Shit.
And every time you turn around, they send chunks of $500,000 downtown. 500,000, 520,000, 500. These guys know they are on their way out the door, and they are trying to steal as much money as they can on the way out the door. If you are a city councilman and you are voting for any type of budget or to put money somewhere, you should not be able to put your hands on taxpayer dollars. If you didn't have 13 and 14 properties before you became a city councilman, now all of a sudden you got 13, 14 properties in how many Jags? Four Jags, convertible,
and 2 minivans and a Kia. You got 8 cars.
Hey, you got all this jumping off, but you didn't have all of this when you took office.
No, you have a pot to pay.
And they not paying that much. It's only a $15,000 a year part-time position.
You had a shack over there on Cherry Street. Couldn't drive a ride lawnmower in that.
You couldn't.
And still say you stay. See, this is what I fall out with my people. When they ask where Andre stayed, they don't know. But you say he stayed on Cherry Street, they'll get to say, well. They get to talking like, when you hear a person say, but, you better run from them. You better run from them, because they about to lie. They about to tell you. I don't even want to hear that, man.
Like, they just doing too much, man. And then you turn around, they sitting on all these boards. You can't get nothing done if you black waiting for the NAACP.
You can't. And then Archie Jones, the human relation guy, I had a meeting with him. He ain't called me back. And I told him I'm going to throw you on the bus. Monday you going to get thrown on the bus too. But at the end of the day, I talked to you about these presidents. A couple of us is in the community, about 27 of us. It's 27 of us. And half of us is gangsters, you know. And we don't care about that. We old, our kids in school. We're like, how we can replace these older presidents? Because they ain't doing nothing. He said, well, we need to work with them. No, nigga, you need to work with them. I ain't working with them. Because they ain't doing nothing. They ain't doing nothing. People dying. Houses are getting taken. People are homeless. You talking about keep working with these older guys. And they keep talking about lolly land. I ain't got time for that, bro. I ain't got time. It's time to destroy and rebuild. They ain't got time for that, man. Well, you need to lose your job too, Archie. You need to get on out the way too. You ain't doing nothing but lying too.
Well, I fumbled before when I mentioned the pastor's name who put Joyner on blast for them raggedy houses in his ward. All of them abandonments that he got 6 blocks worth. And then if you ride around, it's more than that. The pastor's name is Dennis Gunter or Dennis Gunner. It's something like that. But anyway, we need to put out there when the election time is, because this dude needs to run. He's definitely concerned about the properties in his area. It's Dennis, Gunter, Dennis Gunter. He needs to run for councilman in that ward. Joyner, he's not doing it. He's doing a piss poor job. He's just holding up the spot. Pastor Gunter, you need to run. You are concerned about the ward. You probably know the needs of that ward better than this guy does. He is just there. He's a puppet. He does what he's told. He's going to continue to vote for them. You know how much money came in that ward. You might not know every dime, but I'm pretty sure you know that nothing's moving in that ward. Mm-hmm. Nothing. Mm-hmm. And I know you know the needs of that ward. You got members in that church in that ward that can tell you. Mm-hmm. If you don't already know. Something got to happen over there. And you should run.
And the city council, I need, as a citizen of Rocky Mount again, I need every one of you to take a piss test. I really do.
Huh?
And they need to take a piss test.
Who?
All of them. Since you're going to work for me, since you're going to be the representative of the city of Rocky Mount, I think the city members of the city get piss tests. I think every one of y'all on that city council need to get piss tests.
Hey, civil service job, you're supposed to be getting them anyway.
Yeah, you're supposed to get piss tests. Now, I don't want the mayor to make that statement. I think everybody need to get a piss test.
Oh, so somebody must be hot up on the city council.
Yeah, I think so.
They smoking that waggy weed?
They're smoking something, but they need to get a piss test. I really do. Now play games. They ain't playing games no more. We need to get a piss test. We need to find out who's dirty, because I don't need nobody in there that's sitting at that high as hell making decisions. Nah, not me.
What the old people call it, reefer.
Reefer.
Smoking that reefer.
Smoking that left
pots. Hey, well, listen, this is a civil service job. You should not be smoking or doing no type of drugs or any type of other paraphernalia.
Because
it's civil service.
Because when you vote, you think Andre should get 50,000? He go 3 hands raised, and the other one like this. We said raise your hand, not wave. You high. You high.
Guys, a kite.
You high. No, man, I ain't getting that shit.
Hey, man. Hey, listen, we get phone calls, people.
Yeah. People
call in, and I'm telling you, they spilling the beans.
And I'm gonna spill the beans, and a lot of them is the city employees. They tired of y'all.
Hey, man.
They told me they waiting for the Red Dragon gear. I said, what, you think Bruce Lee coming back? You think Bruce Lee coming back?
Hey, man, them dudes, man, they doing too much and not enough. It don't make no sense, the shenanigans that's jumping off downtown. And then these guys turn around and all they want to do is act like they doing so much for the city. You got a city manager that came here that was going through drama in the last joint. You got a city councilman sitting up there that owed $47,000.
How can you vote with him?
And then you got another one. They was talking about the China House. Something going on with the China House.
Man.
That's what I was hearing. That's what I heard. Something going on with the China House. The same, city councilman. Then you got all the shenanigans with the OIC. And again, we got an ugly-ass OIC hanging out the side of the event center, which no other city or township got hanging out the side of their city. You got 7 OIC locations.
Y'all cornering the market.
In Rocky Mount with a population of 48,000. And I'm from the city where it originated, where we had 1 OIC with a population of over 1.5 million people. Somebody doing something they ain't supposed to do in the same area. And you might think it's weird, but because I do, if you got 7 OICs in areas where there may be 1 pharmacy, but several OICs?
And one more thing, people. That Jamaican thing that y'all had downtown, boy, God knows, there's so many black people so mad they wanted their money back. They said that the people didn't come out I know my daughter said, man, they kept playing music for 4 hours. They didn't see nobody. Y'all lied, y'all done scammed the people with this Jamaican stuff. All these people supposed to be here. People paying $80 and $50 to get in. And you got some dancers come up stage, do a little dance, and the DJ played music for 4 hours. People said they'll never go back to the event center again. This is why you killing the event center, because y'all doing...
What happened?
They had a Jamaican, talking about, they said Straggy and all these other Jamaican artists supposed to come. Ain't about 6 of them supposed to come, 1 didn't show up. These people was mad, but my daughter and her friend paid about $600 to get in there. About 5 people.
No.
Man.
So the event center was gagging people?
Gag them.
And they made us pay $50-something thousand for event center that's not turning a profit.
Not turning, they robbing people still.
That's crazy.
They robbing people still. Man, listen, bro. I told you better bring the WWL, UFC, lingerie football if you want to make some money. Lingerie football, I'm going every week.
Hey,
I'm going every week.
And then
they don't know how to make no money.
Then you got the ugly ass OIC hanging out the side of that. What the hell make y'all think somebody want to see that? You bring your relatives in from out of town, you showing them the whatever Rocky Mount has, which ain't shit. So you take them downtown. The only thing down there is the event center. You can't go down there and do no real shopping. You can't go down there and eat. What would you do downtown? The only thing down there positive is the event center. And you take them there, you go around the side of that thing, you got the ugly old IC hanging out the side of it. It's not a sports medicine center. It has no business there. None.
It don't, man. It remind me of playing football with Coach Wright, and we go down there to the harbor. Before you get to the harbor, you got strip clubs and everything. That's how the event center look like. Strip clubs and everything right there until you get to the harbor, it just open up. It just ain't nothing, man.
And then on top of that, right across from the OIC, you got to ban the church that another city councilman owns. You got 2 city councilmen connected to the event center. One with the OIC, and then another one with the church. Don't nobody see nothing wrong with that? And they knew where they was going to put the event center?
You can take that church and knock it down and say tell Andre we'll give you $2 and move for eminent domain like you're trying to do at Herman T. You can do the same thing. Why they ain't voting on that? Knock the church down. Move the church.
What about some of them raggedy properties that's right next to Herman T. properties?
He need. I mean, regular Andre property. He got duct tape and he got paper all over his windows.
Yeah.
Asbestos, mold, but that fat Louis Martinez ain't went down there. Ramirez, whatever his name is, he ain't went down there and tell Andre to move. He scared of Andre.
I don't know.
Bean pie eating, man.
He's supposed to be inspected.
Yeah,
I don't get why
no
he ain't, you know what I
the
mean?
gadget. So,
I don't get it.
Man, these guys right here mess with black people, man. They mess with poor black people. And they ain't using that as a race. I'm using that as the way that I see it. Ramirez, Louis Ramirez?
Yep.
All he do is come in the Edgecombe County side and stir stuff up, man. I ain't gonna mess with a man that trying to build his house up, trying to get his stuff right. I just can't mess with you, but I don't mess with the city council that's doing all this crazy stuff. I'm gonna turn my head. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. I can't do people like that. Can't, man.
Well, it's about that time.
It's about that time, people. But
Yeah.
I just want to say that we're going to keep coming, and we ain't going to stop. We're going to keep bringing you some 95.9% of the truth. This is no fake stuff. We might say it in a way you think we're playing and being funny with this program, but we not. We not. If anybody want to see me, my number's 252-883-7706. I ain't ducking no wreck. You want me to come with my crew, I come with my crew. You can come by myself, just let me know. Yeah, I'll come see you. Ain't no problem with that. There ain't no bullying or nothing. I'm just tired of this killing. I'm tired of the suckers around here robbing the old people. I ain't talking about the old rich and middle class. I'm talking about the old people that get disability and Social Security checks and struggle every month. We don't see those leaders. There ain't no leaders in Rocky Mountain. There's a lot of gangsters and a lot of killers now in Rocky Mountain, but there ain't no real black leaders in Rocky Mountain. None of them guys that sit on that city council, I wouldn't even fall to heaven with them. I'm scared they're gonna lead me the wrong way.
They ain't going to new heaven.
Nah, they ain't going straight to hell.
And they pastors.
Yeah, and they pastors and doing all this stuff. How can you live with yourself? You can't live with yourself, man. You ought to stop doing that stuff to the people, man. And this one thing I want to say, because we told me this, Andre and Ruben, and let me tell you this. He said these older people will die with the baton in their hand. He said they can be dead in the casket. You have to snatch the baton out of their hand while they're dead on their back and still holding the baton. Man, that thing right there was powerful, what the old man told me. And he was a wise old man. So what I got to say, people, word on the street with Sam Rock and who?
Gregb, yup.
Peace.